Trying to make my feed so that the two feeds will look similar. Put the cameras in similar places. Yeah. Somehow they're never quite the same. Maybe the YouTube feed's better. I don't know. I drew this yesterday, but I'm going to draw it again today. Good morning. Everybody got the coffee. It is 12:30 here on the East Coast, which means that most people would have been up already for a long time by now. But this is early for me. Magic is gone today. So I've been bored out of my mind. I'm just going to record stuff because I think that it's more fun drawing with other people. And when you don't have somebody else you can draw with, then I can draw with myself now. I'm going to make this the Bob Ross of streaming art shows. They probably have something like that already, don't they? So I'm not even sure where to start, but I think I'm going to do this guy. Tried to put coffee in here. Besides the fact that it smells like stale coffee, it's not dark enough. So that was a fail. Besides which I wanted red. And I haven't been able to find any red. And now I just thought of that with this red last night. I was using this last night. Since Magic was gone, I went out on the town a little bit. And I took the red marker and the pink marker. Had a little fun. Got crazy with these. What do you think? It's one of my favorite ones. It's one of the only ones I made that has horns. That one's the only one that has a talkie thing on it, which I want to do more of so I can put words on them. I like the black and gold. Quick and easy. It's one of my favorite ones because it looks so nonplussed. Magic pointed out that this has sort of become my thing, the third eye, which appears in a lot of my work. Yeah, so guess what I'm saving these for? New York Creaticon. Either I'm going to take these and just blast to New York, get up in New York. Kind of want to do that. Might sell some of them if anybody's interested. Yeah, and there'll probably be thousands more. What the hell? That's the coffee stuff. I mean, it wasn't a total fail. I kind of like that. I like the way it I put alcohol in there, so maybe that has something to do with it. Or else it wasn't dry in time. It made the ink bleed. Look elsewhere. I don't know what that means. Yeah, it's interesting how as you go, you get more and more of a style. Well, that's funny. I already whited that out. But because I had it up against the light, I could see that line. So far I have, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 of these things. Also interested in doing maybe some collabs with people. Anybody interested? I can do a more detailed version of it if you want to do fancy. I've been putting my name down here at the bottom, which Magic has been doing for a while because she's pretty well known. But I've been doing my name not because I'm well known, but obviously the idea of getting up is that people recognize you. And in today's day and age, being seen on the street is one thing, but if you can also get seen on the internet, it's another thing. That's really getting up. So that's what we're trying to do. Now you might say, yeah, but what if the police find your stickers and they break out the kit and they take your fingerprints? Well, I mean, they don't even have to do that with your social media on there, right? Save them all that work. They can know directly who to come to arrest. But I mean, I give these things away. I sell these things, so that's not going to hold up. Somebody else put it up, not me. That's the way I see it. Plus, we're about to do this in New York, so they can come and get me in Tennessee if they have a problem with my stickers. Boom. It's fun. I only got one of those up last night. I wasn't sure what I was doing, so I threw one of these up on somewhere. I'll probably go around today and look for all the stuff I did and maybe take some photos. Got halfway busted by a cop. I shouldn't have been doing it right there out underneath the street light on the main street, but he was too far away to see me do anything, and he didn't bother me, so that was nice. Got some good doors. Oh man, I definitely want to find that. This pen is the shit, and now I'm going to try to put some of this color in this pen. Maybe together between the coffee and this red color, I can get the exact color which I was wanting, which is terracotta. Oh, I should have done this before I took the cap off. That was a mistake. Okay, we're going to go back with this cap. There we go. All right, this color is really nice. And this pen is really nice too, by the way. Crink, you should sponsor me for saying this shit. It has so much flow. It is so dark. It's really nice. You want to see what it looks like, don't you? This is what I was doing on doors last night. My signature, my initials rather, the date. That's what I'm doing now. So in the future, I'll know where to look when I did it. And we're going to look over at you guys. Oh, yeah. Hello. Hey, guys. Good morning. It's fine Sunday. Doing some church. Got to go dark on the upper lid. A little shading on the lower section. Hit that eye a little deeper with the shading. And that pretty much is what I'm doing. This, oh, this is where the juice comes in though. Boom. This. How good is that? Like, boom. We get the top eye. Boom. You gotta love that. Gotta go pink halo, even though I fucked it up. It's alright though. I'm not sad about it. We'll even go, we'll even do like maybe a, man, let's crink. This is not what you want to be doing while you're out there in the streets. Crink. Make this thing a little easier to get open. Can't not love it. That's my goal. Make sure that people can't not love. That'd be a good t-shirt. I like that one. Oh, excuse me. Coffee burps. What was I doing? I was trying to put this red into this. And I went and did a drawing instead. So we're going to try to use this to get the mash on. Couldn't get any juice out of it. There were some real dry doors I dealt with last night. Ooh, now we're juicy. Mm-hmm. A little alcohol in this bottle last night. Trying to, I didn't even say why. Because I was afraid that it would go bad or something. Thought maybe some kind of, it'd serve as some kind of preservative, maybe. Ooh. Looking interesting. Gonna look like blood. Coffee and this should make a good color. Probably maybe more like blood though. I'm interested to see where this is gonna go. Coffee and Crink. It's a good name. It's interesting that that Crink colored the side of the container so quickly. Wonder why that is. How long is it going to take me to get the color out, though? Well, this is boring. I'm going to have to move on from this test I'm doing. Maybe I can get Magic to buy me some color today, since she has the car. I want to get some terracotta to go in this pen. Well, now it doesn't even look like the pen's working. Did I clog it or something? Oh, there we go. It's more of a... Yeah, this is not working. All right, I give up. Let's get to drawing. I meant to time this. We're going to try to keep everything that I make live under an hour. So I guess we're calling it 12:30. Don't have any weed, which is sad. Been attempting to smoke resin out of this bowl, which is disgusting. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I also have a helmet to wrap, which I'm gonna do later on my other channel. Be putting some vinyl on a helmet. Yeah, I know. Resorting to resin is so ghetto. But what can you do? Living in America. Broke as a mofo. Trying to get a business started. Trying to be an artist. You know how it goes. You've been there. You're going through it too. All right. Is that squeaky chair a lot? Seems like it might be. Magic and I get a lot of support from people around here, that's for sure. Mainly weed support. People that randomly smoke us up when we go out, gift us weed. People are pretty awesome. I think people don't appreciate art, but it's just that most of us live in a society where we don't have disposable income that can be spent on things that enrich our lives. Enrichment. The Bob Ross of sticker artists. That's what I would like to become. I guess technically I'm not doing stickers right now. So I guess this is not the sticker show. Just randomly talking. Probably should have paused this, huh? Let's throw this away. Be more ready. Good morning. Good afternoon, I guess. It is 11:42. About to do some art. Do a little drawing. This crink marker is less than. There we go. This is better. Less than satisfactory. I took this marker out last night because Magic is not around. And went crazy. got into some new stickers, made a new series, which is going to be my thing for a while. I'm going to try to do, I don't know, hundreds of these. I was thinking about how every time I draw one of these kind of 228s, that I never want to just go and slap it up somewhere. So I should do something that's quicker and easier. And I like these better anyway. They look awesome. Magic pointed out that's just been kind of my thing lately. It's become my thing. Third eye appears in my work a lot. I like this one because it has a little thing. It's the only one that has that. This one is the only one I think that has horns, or there might be another one. Which I like that too. Has my signature. That's my little mark that I make for myself. Daru the Human, DTH. Putting the year right there. So that'll be fun later on down the road, seeing what year this was done. Double third eye. We got the third eye with the third eye. So far I've only got like 20 of these. I like these sideways looking ones. Those are cool. They can look all which way. I like this one. So nonplussed. Yeah, what? Most of these guys are nonplussed. I need to get some more excited guys going. There's all kinds of eyes. There's all kinds of moods you can have. Love that one. Was that hungover? Oh, you're a little more excited. Hey. It's crazy how much you can read in an eye, in the eyes. Just the way they're turned, the eyelids, the direction. It's got a double pupil highlight. It's kind of nice. This one I like. This one, ironically, I tried to make this pen work for me. It's another brush pen. I was trying to get a, what is it, terracotta color, but all I had was coffee. And then I just tried to put this red crink in here, and it made it even worse. So I'm gonna have to get something to put in there. That is definitely not a terracotta color. Anyway, I did try this one with it last night, so this is the only one I got a little something out of. It looks pretty good, I think. A little coffee stained drawing. Look elsewhere. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Look elsewhere. That the answer is not where you're looking. I mean, that's good information, you know. You ever think you can't find something, and so you're looking for it, but you keep looking in the same place for some reason? I think your mind must think it's there somewhere, so you just keep looking in a spot that you've looked 12 times. Oh, more horns. Yeah, so there is another one with horns. I like that this one's looking sideways, or is facing sideways. Well, he doesn't have a face, so what is that? Turned sideways. But looking at you, that's cool. Another non-plus one. This one's kind of sexy. This is the anime one that people do. When they turn their head sideways looking away from you, but then they turn their eyes to look at you. That's hot. You like the crown and the halo? That's my shtick too. Oh. I've been trying to do this to where I do the halo and gold. Yeah, that's better. Just hang that halo on that crown. Boom. Side turn, another side turn. I mean, I love this when these get thick like that. Oh yeah, now this is one that I was using the. All right, I was using two markers. So I really like this one for this because it's got a really kind of grayish color. But some of these other, like a Sharpie, for example, is a little bit darker. So I can get two tones, which is all right, but I'm trying to go quick, like what if I was doing this just on the street, which I did do last night with the red marker. And trust me, you don't want to be standing there forever fucking around with shit when you're in danger of getting your ass kicked by the police. So yeah, so I had to abandon the two-tone black and I abandoned the two-tone period for the simple, quick red. But this red is sick by itself, especially big on a door or something like that. Look elsewhere. All right, so now I'm going to do a little illustration for a little while. Why am I doing this? I don't know. I'm doing it because, well, it is another avenue by which people can see your art, creates more content for your channel. Obviously, doing these is just fun. That's part of it. Getting up, being recognized by people, potentially getting famous now that the internet exists. You'll be seeing these out and about, hopefully in New York. Maybe I'll sell them to people in New York and they'll put them up for me. That'd be even better, wouldn't it? Get a double deal. Have people supporting your up. That's always good. Magic is up all over the world. She's got stickers people put up in Germany, all over Europe, all over the United States. So that's a reason to do it. I would love it if something I know was helpful to other people or inspired them. Something that I do inspired them. Coffee. I made the coffee today. It's not good. So I guess we're going to work on this for a little while. At some point I want to have something that people recognize, and I imagine I would like it to be something meaningful, I guess. I think this Kachingas thing is meaningful to me in that on top of it being an artistic expression, it has a goal, which is to make people conscious of environmental issues. These are some stickers I just unearthed that I cut out a long time ago when I had a vinyl cutter. It is an early iteration of my robot, broken robot. As you can see, there are some things about it which are familiar, but he has changed a lot over time. As this is also a simple version too, because obviously cutting shit out in vinyl is not, don't want a lot of detail. All right, so I'm going to color on this for a little bit, paint on this for a little bit. Magic says that my voice is soothing. So that's one thing I want to do is make videos where people can draw themselves or paint, but you know what, maybe you just don't want to be in the house by yourself while you're doing that. You just want to listen to somebody. At some point, it would be nice if all this shit was live and we could all just get on here together and chat while we draw. What am I doing? Okay. I've already drawn this one time, so it should be actually easier today than it was yesterday. But it's not. Nothing's ever easy. Try to avoid talking about political matters. That's always hard to do for me. I don't really like my art to be political. Magic's art is so whimsical and happy. I prefer if my work was more like that. I try to have a story, though. A lot of stuff that I make. And when you start talking stories, you just get into, it's just kind of hard to avoid political issues, I guess, because life is full of stuff that people consider political. Yeah, yeah. Making art is so satisfying. If you are actually an artist, in my opinion, then you can't not do art. There have been times in my life when I didn't do art. I didn't think that it was, I don't know, I didn't think it was responsible. How about that? That's a hard one, huh? Since it's hard as an artist to make a living or support your family, and our worth is generally determined by how much money we make to people. Net worth, your net worth. What is your net worth? What is your net worth? I don't know. I don't have a net. Does anybody else have a net? Who is a net? Why does a net keep coming up? Magic's at her mother's today, doing QAnon, listening to QAnon shit, I'm sure. It's hilarious. Man, you can get educated by Netflix these days. And, stuff I was not aware of was happening in the world is, there's a lot. Well, I like his chest here. So something I didn't mention about this guy, whose name is Deems, is that Deems' chest hair is perfectly situated on his chest so that a human being standing on the ground right here would have his head laying perfectly on this pillow-like tuft of pheromone-enhanced comfort. For you all that don't know, this is Deems. He is a interdimensional psychedelic being whose species has evolved the ability to give the best hugs. However, their hugging capacity is also used for defensive purposes. So they actually kill people with their hugs if they want to. Of course, that's not what they want to do. Why would anybody want to kill anybody with a hug? Well, usually it's a defensive purpose. That's why. Or because they're destroying the environment. Maybe that's a good reason to destroy somebody, to kill somebody with a hug. Killing people with love. They've got 6 arms. Well, technically 4 arms. And then the 2 front legs also are used for hugging. The hair, some glands in the chest area or near the chest area, emit, I was told secrete is not a good word, emit pleasant smelling pheromones that make it easier or make it easy to relax. So very relaxing pheromones, even if they're killing you. Actually, it's not easy to squeeze somebody into another dimension, so they have to, you know, They got to prep the way. There's a whole community of people. It's a kind of a small one, though. I mean, it's a very rare species of animal. And for the most part, they're not, out in the world trying to have to defend themselves with hugs. There are therapy versions of these creatures as well. But it's considered dangerous because these hugs are addictive. Between the hormones that are secreted while they're hugging you and just the sheer comfort of their perfect hair and their perfect softness, which has evolved over the centuries, millennia, people like to call it. Who these people are, I do not know. The world that Deems is from is the DMT world, which is where he gets his name. If you have never experienced DMT, then unfortunately you can't understand quite what kind of creature he is. But it's always on the table if you ever want to understand Deems a little bit better. All you have to do is take a DMT trip and experience his world, and you'll a little bit better understand what kind of being he is. The dimension he sends people to, not sends us, but sends people to. When he uses his hugging power for defensive purposes, that is. Now, normally he does not send people to the DMT world because you can't be in both worlds. Essentially, that's a one-way ticket. I didn't mean to do this, but for some reason I always do this. I think of his tail like this. But it's super soft, they say. Deems' partner, who used to be known as Warrior Mouse, but prefers the term Requisitions Mouse now, even though he's got a name, nobody knows what it is. Or at least, not yet. I'll have to find out what his name is over time. But these two are partners. Warrior Mouse hangs out in Deems' jacket, where I glued Deems' tail on last night. Yeah, so there's Warrior Mouse right there. Hangs out in Deems' jacket and provides support to the team as they battle evil. I'm just not good at hair. I need some of Magic's talents. Need to go the opposite direction with this brush to make it look like hair. Yeah. I mean, does it matter, really? It does to me. I mean, I don't know. Does it matter? Back before my psychedelic days, I was a very uptight artist and used to try to control everything and was never satisfied with the outcome because it always sucked when you do that. If you just let the universe do shit and you just go with the flow, it's always better. Plus, if you can add drugs to the mix. It always helps the universe to get involved. Deems does not have nuts, so I know a lot of people will be saying Deems nuts, but that would not be accurate. They do not reproduce the way we do, so nuts are not a thing for them. I do keep calling him, but it's not for any particular reason. Why do I keep calling him? I'm not really sure. Something about the term it, I feel, seems insulting. They seems too general. I know it's popular right now, and I always think of they as plural. Deems just likes to be called Deems. And he likes to be called to action. Because he likes to defend the environment. Is that cheesy? I don't think so. Squeeze some more juice into those bristles. Oh, there we go. All right. A little darker on the bottom edges. Get those shadows in there. Don't be afraid to throw in some shadows. Shadows are what make everything look real. Well, light does, I'd say. Get that reality in there. Heavy shadows. Fill them corners up. At some point, we're going to get a story about how Deems and requisition mouse. Oh, I did have a name for requisition mouse, who used to be called Warrior Mouse. Since he is now suffering from PTSD, he still goes by Dub M. Yeah, Dub M. Warrior Mouse. I don't know, is that too contrived? Maybe. Contrived. Trying too hard. Softest known hair of any animal in the known universe has Deems and his species. There's levels to black. Now we're getting too finesse. You know what I mean? Too finesse. Too finesse. Let's throw a little texture in here. I'm not good at this. Where's Magic when you need her? Texture this for me, damn it. It doesn't work like that. She won't do it. I just got too much of your own shit to do all the time to help anybody with their art. You gotta hold your own in this household. I feel like Deems has got that long. It's like long on one side, short on the other. I mean, who's not good at this? Raise your hand. I do love that this brush, if I go over and over the same thing, it will not just turn black. It will be layered. It's kind of nice. I like that. It looks. I like that it's curly. Deems with the curly neck hair. Looks pretty good. Looks a little impatient, doesn't he? Just go bold with these wavy lines. Wavy shadows. That's what we're doing here. He says shadows don't have shape or texture. Do that waviness into the black area. Since I'm using this pen, it's all, you can see it when you overlap it. I like that. I don't know, is that cheesy? You tell me. Yes. I mean, it's losing its kind of street art quality that I normally like shit to have. It's like trying too hard, I think. That's all right. I'm exploring, you know. Sometimes you got to explore. I do like that this wavy method is giving him a little more personality, which is interesting. I like it. Hopefully none of my wrap customers who I have wraps to do this weekend, like I need to finish today, basically. Hopefully none of them follow my art page. See me fucking around with art instead of working like I'm supposed to be. But even if they are, they should appreciate that only a person that does this with their time has the talent to do what they want me to do with their wraps. Just keep it under control. Can we control our artistic need to make shit that's fun, not boring? That's the problem, isn't it? Shit other people want is boring. What time did I start this crap? Oh yeah, we've been doing it half an hour now. I guess we're gonna erase a little bit and add some color. What do I do with my eraser? I've been listening to podcasts. I think that's the other reason why I want to do this. There you are. Okay. Not the best eraser. Yeah, at some point I need to, hopefully, if we do this enough, people were to watch as we make art, then hopefully at some point you get some sponsorship. So instead of me going Staedtler's Mars plastic eraser is shit, I'll talk about how good their actual erasers are. What up, Skadoots? I don't even know if Skadoots is still with us. Might be. For the longest, I was pronouncing that Skadowitz because nearby here is SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design, which I aspired to go to one point in my life before I realized how absurd the idea of going to school for art is. So every time I see SCAD, I always think SCAD, and then the dudes part, I think of a graduate of, Savannah College of Art and Design. That is not accurate. It is Skadoots. Does anything matter? I don't know. I think it does. That's a good question, actually. I think that the complexity of everything that happens is an indication that something is going on all the time that people could learn from if they were observing it. So it seems likely to me that there are observers observing us. I don't think it's God, but it could be. I mean, is a good observer, as good an observer as anyone, to make you realize that what you're doing and the way you're living your life might actually impact something. And the things that you're doing when you think no one's looking are meaningful too. So that's my answer. I feel like, plus this whole butterfly effect thing, that is very real. Did a little mushroom trip, and we had just painted a mural on a library. And the mushroom trip showed me that the spark of inspiration that I got was from a library, from a guy who did art, who did illustrations. Is that easy for me to say? Where the Wild Things Are, whose name I can't think of right now. And I used one of those illustrations actually in the library that we painted. And so I was shown that this full circle process of getting inspired, just like I was at a library, and then me later on passing that on by painting something of that same artist plus other stuff in a library where other kids could get inspired. Seeing that chain make a circle in my own life, it's pretty awesome. This Sharpie is trash. I love using this this brush pen first because it is more like a dark gray, because I can do things like layer it and get, textures and stuff with the colors. And then come back in with black. Gotta get rid of that piece of crap. And get another layer of black. Oh, this is not even that black compared to some others. Yeah, I guess I need a Sharpie. There's a serious Sharpie for you. Doots. It's a good name. Reminds me of Kung Fu Panda. Skadoosh. Like the light textures in the background from the gray color, and then go with the heavier or more like cartoonish textures. Kind of like that he was orange yesterday. And try to go back with some orange today. Now these pens, these are Uniposca paint markers. So this is actual paint that comes out of these things. Very opaque, which means it covers everything up that it touches, that it covers. You can't see it. So I like that. I mean, it emulates graffiti painting in that sense. So that's fun. And since most of the stuff I like to do these days, the subject matter I usually do in graffiti or pop art type stuff, this is actually pretty cool. It's allowed me to transfer my style in graffiti a little bit over to my illustration. Because you're constantly covering up shit and then having to redo it. Or you got to be better at planning. Why am I talking this whole time when nobody's watching? Well, I imagine people might watch this later. You can watch this. I'm saying I do my Bob Ross voice. You can watch this later while you're doing your stickers or illustrating your own story that you hope to make into an animated series someday. Plus, who knows, I might actually be listening to it myself later or sleeping to it. That'd be... Is that some kind of next level self-gratification there, listening to your own content? Yeah. I actually did that last night because I was listening to the video of Magic and I drawing together. Just trying to figure out how to make things better. Plus, Magic's gone, so it was a nice way to hang with her while she wasn't here. If you're wondering if I'm useless when she's not around, that's about the size of it. Anybody of y'all have those kind of relationships? I would have scoffed at myself to be in this situation when I was younger. I was one of those people who just always thought, well, just don't really ever need anything, don't need anyone, very independent. I'm not complaining, though. It's better to be connected with people. Except for the fact when they're gone, it's a pain in the ass. And then you got to be really super hyper productive. Bill Burr, I've been listening to those podcasts a little bit. If Bill Burr can just rant about the most obnoxious, almost conservative stuff, I didn't really realize that there's like levels to liberals. I didn't realize Joe Rogan was basically a conservative because I thought he was liberal because of the drugs, but he just happens to be a conservative that likes to do drugs. Yeah, I used to think it's irresponsible to do art. Because as a man, if you're not making a living, and everybody knows, I mean, how fucked up is it that the uh, one industry you can be involved in, the one talent you can have, the one career and job field that you can be involved in, that comes with the word starving. What the fuck? Magic and I have managed to find ways to make money with art. It's still very challenging. I like this, the negative. Who's that? Fawnwood? At Fawnwood, I really like the way they do they use the negative space when they ink. I think it's Fawnwood. Who inspires you on Instagram? Anybody? Looking forward to seeing Goat Bunny. I'm looking forward, yeah, Goat Bunny. Playful Gorilla. Anybody sticker art related, I'm excited to see. I don't know. I don't guess Night Owl or anybody like that is from Magic's sticker community will be there. But the creatives, these creatives are so sick. I just love being around other people who are into the same shit I am. I should have done that more. I should have done more of that, but I guess I can go back with black. I mean, that's going to work out better anyway. Go back with the black, get into these areas with this orange, which means I should do that more down here in these shadow areas. So I can go back with the black and make them look like random hairs. I mean, don't most drawings look like shit the whole time until you get to the end? And hopefully something you do at the end makes it look good, right? That is always the dream. And then hopefully the next day you wake up after you fixed it at the last minute, you go to bed, and you get up the next day, and it isn't gone back to being shitty again. Happens sometimes. Has that ever happened to you? I gotta figure out a way to get people to comment on the YouTube shit. So I'm trying to ask questions. I'm practicing. I'm practicing, just practicing. These are my first videos. Someday people might actually listen to these mofos while they're drawing, hopefully. I mean, that's all I want is to, in my actions and my words, to inspire people, to make, it's one of my mottos. It doesn't matter what you do, it only matters that you do. And to me, doing is anything that involves making something unique. It doesn't have to be art, it can be a business, it can be a building, it can be babies. Although I kind of feel like making babies is a cop out. That even if you make babies, you should make other shit. You can't just, I mean, that's actually true though. You do sort of get credit for partially for the creativity and the actions of the babies that you make. But that's residual and it's kind of like just a bonus. Shouldn't count. I don't know. Should it count? I guess it counts, especially the more that you put into inspiring the babies and whatnot. That should count on your resume. And that's getting back to my purpose, my point. Hey, baby, to my point about um, meaning our resumes. I think that we're like you do get a resume for what you do. Magic's resume is impressive. They'll be like, "No, we know who you are. Just come through the pearly gates of the next dimension." Not heaven, though. I mean, God, that'd be awful. Why would it be awful? Well, I mean, does my mansion in heaven have a studio space? Because I don't remember anybody talking about a studio space. Are you drawing magic? If you are, you should get on here with me. Let's see, I've been on here. Oh, I've been on here for 45 minutes now. You with your mom? You watching stuff with your mom? Who knows? Blue, am I blue? Some point I'm gonna be doing more of the a little bit of this beat making. Mainly because you can't. Oh, that's what I meant to do. Is put music in the background. Oh. Since you can't use other people's music, I'll probably be making some of my own beats, which I like to do anyway. Give me an excuse to get that practice in. Hopefully, you guys don't suffer as a result. I mean, all you have to do is not watch, right? This is a recording I did of some. What do you call these artists? Musical artists. Ambient? Either that or modular. I'm not sure. It's from a synth club I joined pre-COVID that went the way of the buffalo after COVID. Only thing about this stuff is that you can't work it too much. It's actual paint and it's thick and wet. So It eats the paper up. I guess, I mean, it doesn't do that with the stickers though, so I guess that's just this kind of sketchbook stuff doesn't hold up well. Trying to color in here and leave your sketch lines just like in graffiti. That's what I'm talking about. So you can go back with the black and not forget where your lines were before. Get one area and just call it solid. I mean, my hair design is bad. Used to be really bad at fire. This is like what I'm feeling right now. Same bad. Solid fill on this. I mean, what I really like, what I've learned over time, is that your concept of things is what makes it bad. And when you have a bad idea in your mind of what something is, then you tend to draw it badly. But if you think abstractly, like for example, if I think instead of me trying to draw these hairs, which is, you know, what I'm inclined to do, that's why they're looking so bad. Why not make them rectangular or angular instead of straight? And then if I do that, it gets me out of that whole mentality of me trying to draw hairs, and now I'm just drawing forms. And believe it or not, those forms generally look better. I mean, that's nothing like the shape of hair now. But everywhere where it's not shaped like hair looks better than where I thought I was trying to shape it like hair, right? I don't know. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. Just make it square and angular. If you do that, shit will work out. Who said that? Well, what does workout mean exactly, you know? I mean, some people get accidental death by explosion. It's not fair. Yes, now we're talking. And it takes time for the shit to dry because doesn't that look way more hair-like now that I'm all angular on it? I don't know. Might be crap. Blame it on the lack of weed. How about that? Back before weed, people used to tell me that if I did weed, it would help my art. Or they didn't say that specifically, but they said weed helps you with art. I used to scoff at that like, well, for one thing, I didn't want anybody else taking any credit for the quality of my art. I thought that somehow if I used a drug, that somehow the drug got credit. Yeah, I'm a psycho, I know. Anyway, now that I do use drugs to enhance my imagination, basically, which is what weed does, in my opinion, to give you access to the things that are already there. Does that mean that I don't get credit for my creativity? Guess what? I still think I don't. But now that's what makes sense to me. We're not making art, we are just machines that translate the art that's out there to be made based on our own experiences. So, the fact that weed helps me to tap into my ability to translate and grab the different things that are floating out in the universe, the invisible art that's out there built into the fabric of our reality, the potential that all we have to do is have an experience and make the effort to communicate our experience artistically. And if we do that, then we're able to grab certain things. We can snag onto the infinite possibilities and make them reality. The potential images that exist just in the physics of our reality. This looks bad. Sorry though. I don't mind. I think it's because I don't. Well, I don't know. It's not that bad, but probably because I'm talking too much, or not. I mean, who knows? Or maybe it's just a matter of time. At some point, since I'm not controlling everything, you can't be mad about it when it's not going the way you want it to because it's not what you want. You're not the one doing it anyway. Just chill and give it a second. And that's the other thing too with the freaking black. You know how that goes. Put the outline on it, and bam! All of a sudden, you feel better about your life. It's not happening that way right now, but got 5 more minutes. I'm gonna wrap this up. I gotta get onto this motorcycle helmet. Is this modular stuff too repetitive for a feed? I don't know. I think it's pretty good. Plus, since it's not licensed, it's actual live performances of unlicensed material, but it's also real artists and not just some generic shit off the internet. I like it. Anybody else been watching all these documentaries about serial killers? Why so much serial killer stuff? Netflix, jeez. I watched that one about the Falwells. That was interesting. My wife didn't even know anything about the Falwells. It makes me feel old. I mean, who cares anymore? It's all. I guess they're just prepping for the next political thing. I was like, are they just trying to make sure Trump doesn't have the same support he had, or maybe trying to embarrass Trump so he doesn't get any traction this next time? I mean, that's a big deal to these conservatives that you not be a cuck. That's such a hilarious expression that has come up in recent years. But that's big to them. I don't know though. I mean, maybe not. Secretly in their own world, obviously, a lot of them are into it. So maybe he won't care. Trump will be like, "Yeah, I know." I mean, yeah, Magic pointed that out. It's probably Trump has some videos too. That crap. But I mean, here's the thing. If you think that that kind of behavior is inappropriate for the political world, then you don't understand what the political world's really about. It's not what you think it is. I had the experience of watching The Matrix again the other day, which you can watch at different points of your life and get way different things out of it. The longer you live in this world with the internet, the more you appreciate that. The explanation for things, the potential explanations for why things are the way they are growing. So basically, just in my own life, I wasn't even able to conceive of some of the potential answers to what we're doing here. But just in experiencing the internet and plus some of the other phenomenons like simulations, you realize that at one point in my life, I never even knew that this concept was a possibility. So, that being the case, how many more times in mankind's history will that happen? How many more things will we experience that will get us a clearer and clearer idea of why we're here or potentially what's actually going on? I think we will. I think we're pretty lucky just to be able to witness some of the things we have already. Well, that's been about an hour. Let's finish a couple things up here. We'll wrap it up. Hopefully, this will somebody can use these videos someday. Maybe they'll use them to keep themselves company when no one's around to draw with. Have something to listen to that's not just music. Although I like listening to music. Hopefully, someday soon, I'll get more actual content. I'll have somebody to talk to on here. Keep talking to Magic. If she's down for that, it makes her nervous though. All right, I'm just going to finish these lines up and then I'll call it. I'll have to listen to this background noise and see what it sounds like online. I mean, who knows where your content might be useful. I've actually thought about this idea. I have some kids that don't know me that well because of the fact that I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness and I'm no longer one. I imagine someday, like me, they might escape. And if that day did occur, they might want to know more about me. They might have a different opinion about their dad. And it occurred to me that one way that they can interact with me, even if I'm gone by then, will be on the internet. Videos like this, maybe, may be around for a long time. You never know. So it's a kind of immortality. That on top of whatever you make lasts past your death. It sits there and just communicates to people who you were. Which is why I need to get more art. I think I'm ready to get art out into the world to say something. Or to, just to let my existence have an impact on reality more. So I can have a bigger butterfly effect. Whoever is observing us, be they scientists or aliens or gods, will know I did my part. These people played this music a couple years ago, and here I am playing it now on this podcast. So something they made, they thought it might have been thrown away, is still having a life. It's kind of cute. I like the little wavy textures I managed to figure out. Not that good, but in future I can use something like that, maybe. This guy needs a lot more work, but it was fun drawing it. Kachinga Action Force. Kachinga's Action Force. It's kind of fluffy looking. Oh, it was a glare. Okay.